I guess we'll just go ahead and get into
the news.
That's right.
Stop the music. It's time for news.
I've been doing these pregnant pauses lately.
I noticed.
I don't warn anybody about them.
Is that my cue? Or
You thought I was frozen. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Sills with the news. Hey, bud.
All right. So Oculus's co-founder, Palmer Luckey's new company, is recently developed a new deep water drone.
The Dive LD is a brand new AUV architecture. And what we did is we focused on a large system that had endurance for days, large payload capacity, and the ability to reach full ocean depth. That's 6,000 meters for us.
Some of the pain points that our customers had to overcome involved the lack of range and endurance of AUVs on the market today, and the cost and complexity around customizing these vehicles to accommodate different types of payloads and sensors.
When it comes to endurance, we wanted the ability to go out on missions that would be days or even weeks at a time, as opposed to what it's been up to this point, which is hours. When you think about payload capacity, we wanted customers to be able to come to us and our system to be very flexible in the sense that we could integrate really any sensor into the vehicle very quickly, so weeks to integrate a new sensor as opposed to months or even years at a time.
For us, it's really important to bring this new capability to market where we're eliminating the offshore vessel by doing a truly shore-launched autonomous mission.
That's neat, but what is it for? What do you put in there? Do you put a person in there? Like a little person?
No, it looked big enough.
Like, what do you...
It's a deep water submersible, but it's a drone.
I never saw it go deep, though.
It will, I'm sure.
Well, you can't film it if it's underwater.
Hey, you know, in the chat, 107 Drones had a really good question. Will it dive into the RAS?
Ooh.
It's a good question.
That is a good question.
Yeah.
I will ask the researchers about that because it looks RAS capable, for sure.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
All right. Next in the news, there's a new drone that flaps its wings. It's a Dragonfly-sized drone, and apparently this is more efficient than insects. So the engineers at the University of Bristol have created a tiny flying robot that flaps its wings more efficiently than an insect using a unique electrostatic zipping mechanism. So essentially the arms above and below the wings are positive and negative, and the charge bounces back and forth, and it then oscillates the wings at incredible speeds. It makes it a very nimble aircraft and with a lot of maneuverability.
Huh. And it won't bite you like a regular bug.
Well, and because it's using the electrodes,
right,
the amount of electricity or the amount of power that it needs to fly is considerably less than having to power, say, a motor of some kind. So
is this instead of a propeller or something? Is it we're going to see this on our drones?
Yeah, it's essentially going to flap. It basically flaps at extremely high speeds, like you would see like a fly or a bumblebee
or
no. Not that.
You started it.
Fast.
You started it.
They don't go fast.
What?
No, Jeff, you started this.
What else? What else flaps, Jeff? What else?
Look,
what
bugs. Else? It's modeled after insects.
Yeah. But that looks very similar to something that a
dragonfly.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like a warm-blooded mammal type.
It's a dragonfly.
Okay.
That's what it is.
You're sticking with it?
Known.
All right. No.
Sticking with it.
No, Dragonfly. Let's move on.
Dragonfly.
All right, Dragonfly.
Okay. So recently, SpaceX did the NROL 87
everybody's heard about the bird. Bird, when the bird is a word. When a bird, when a bird's a word. When a bird, when a bird is a word. When a bird, but bird's a word. When a bird, when a bird is a word. When a bird, but bird's a word. Don't you know about the bird? Well, everybody's talking about the bird.
It's so good. This is the funny thing about this. Yeah. This man picks the news stories.
Yeah.
He should have known. That was a volley set, spike. You can tell I'm really big into sports.
Dragonfly.
He set himself up for that
Dragonfly.
one.
Yeah.
Dragonfly.
Yeah. What's next, Jeff?
Yeah. All right. Yep. SpaceX recently had the NROL 87 Falcon 9 mission. But what was really fantastic about this particular mission was we got the launch and landing filmed by a drone.
Cool. This is so impressive. This, I mean, that's a, it's a rocket. Yeah, we see rockets. Okay, blah, yeah, rocket. It's going up. Okay, but when it comes back down to land, it's
incredible.
It's like magic. Like, how is it doing that?
How's he pulling off that angle?
Yeah, the simple fact that they filmed this with a drone. That could be one of the, what's that French drone where the camera can tilt upwards.
Yeah, that's a really aggressive. None of my gimbals angle up that high.
Oh, look at this. Look at this.
In any case,
is this in real time? Is this in real time?
This is real time. Yeah, real time. Listen to this. Listen. I tell you,
wow.
Of all the things that they do over there at Tesla, I mean, that's the most impressive. That's the most impressive thing.
And this number of successful flights that they've had, you would sit there and think that it would get boring watching these, but I still tune in on every single one because I just love watching these things fly. It's amazing.
Yeah.
All right. So speaking about Tesla, recently a drone operator got a little bit too close while trying to film the Tesla Cybertruck at the Fremont test track in California.
Oh.
Now, normally they will fly the drones and they will film this truck while it's being tested at a height. They're usually way up in the air and they keep out of the general, vicinity of where they're working on the truck. This guy, on the other hand, thought it would be a fabulous idea if we just got a little closer.
Is that so this isn't a sanctioned flight. This is just some knucklehead that said,
this is some knucklehead. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this is not Tesla, like a Tesla engineer doing this.
No, this is just some Tesla fan.
Yeah, this is essentially somebody who decided that they wanted to get closer to the Cybertruck, because everybody's been following the evolution of the truck. It keeps changing.
It's not getting prettier. I'm sorry.
Well, no,
it's dirty, but
its size.
Yeah.
And they've been recording like the performance and stuff because they've done some speed tests of the truck, etc. But yeah, this is a bit much.
Is it stainless steel? Is that like a DeLorean?
Yeah, it's similar in the idea.
No. Are the body panels stainless steel?
I don't know.
Are they going to be?
From what I understand, I think it is. I'd have to go back and look, but it's definitely going to be similar to the design or the style of the DeLorean.
I don't know if I like the angles. No. What do you think?
They're aggressive. There's something. I don't.
On a truck, those angles aren't.
I'm a big Tesla fan, but not this.
Yeah, the Tesla is awesome. The whole company, but the angles like that on a truck that high, like on a Countach, the angles are just beautiful. Yeah. But this, I don't know.
That was cool back then.
Well, and that's the thing. It's still in development. They're still working on it. It's obviously changed considerably since its original inception. I would imagine it's going to change more. So, but next time that you decide to film it, you might not want to get this close.
But none of those guys seem concerned.
No one's like waving it off or even acknowledged it yet, I feel like.
Yeah, no, I would imagine that they've already called security.
But you know what? As much technology as they have, you think they have a little... she's pulling out her phone now.
That's the first person who's acknowledged it.
Yeah.
Now they're out of there.
You think they have some sort of gizmo that would keep drones from being able to fly there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So next in the news, racing drones show snowboarding in a fabulous new light.
Oh, this is just absolutely next level fantastic.
Classic forms of winter sport broadcasts like spider cams or follow riders with handheld GoPros simply lack the speed and maneuverability that's necessary for filming in the backcountry.
All right, coming into land.
Enter Gabriel Cocker.
Woo!
A professional drone racer with the exact skill set and cutting-edge technology Rice was looking for to bring a fast-paced and totally original look to the competition.
It was first Travis that approached me. I think in his mind, he already knew what he wanted out of it. He knew the angle that he wanted. He wanted this, this video game like chase cam. And he came with questions like, can we make this happen? And I kind of threw it out there. You can't just buy a drone to do this. Like, I'm gonna have to spend some serious time building this. And by the time it was go time, I had a system together and it all worked out.
The speed and airborne nature of the custom drones provide a solution that can keep up with the action while also leaving the snow untouched by anyone but the competitors themselves.
And I can't believe the drone drivers aren't hitting the trees.
What I find incredible about this is that it requires an athlete performance to capture the athlete's performance. You know, a veteran in the world of drone racing, you know, for the past 6 or 7 years. So it's really, I see this as a culmination of all my experience and all the things I've ever done. To be able to do this, it is really, really hard. When they run an easier line and they're just going smooth, like I'm trying to tap in my, cinematography background and just trying to get some smooth angles, nothing too harsh. And as soon as sometimes they just gun it through the trees and they're okay, we're going drone racing now, and I just basically need to throw the drones into some turns just to catch up with them.
That is amazing. And in the beginning, maybe some of you didn't see it, but to hand catch an octoquad
and launches,
and launch, but to hand catch a quad that somebody else is piloting, that's a lot of skill and a lot of trust.
You both.
Yeah. That's fascinating. I'd like to think I'd be able to do that, but I could do
I don't
it
know
for
if you have friends that close, Ken.
No, not the hand catch, but just the chasing.
I was about to say, All right, so Super Bowl 56 is set to take place on Sunday, February the 13th at the SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. The FAA has established its temporary flight restrictions that are going to be around the facility. But one of the things they're letting people know is that anyone caught flying a drone within that TFR, a 30 nautical mile radius covering greater Los Angeles, is going to face drone confiscation, a minimum of a $30,000 fine, and potential prison time.
Yeah, but you know what? There's going to be people doing it. There's still going to be people doing it. By the way, I changed the music on that. They had some music I couldn't play.
Yeah.
Right, Jason? I mean, there's still, no matter what kind of TFRs or whatever, there's always going to be some.
There's always somebody that's going to break the rules, and that's the reason the FAA has to spend our tax dollars on making these little commercials to post on their own YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Well, I'm imagining that because of the football incursions that we had last summer, that they will be actively.
I mean, Jeff, I remember I was on it was many shows ago. I was co-host with Ken and you, and one of them was during spring training. I think it was a DJI Mavic, just landed right in the middle of the field, and the player walked up to it, and it's just become exponential since then. Like,
what about the Bengals? The Bengals game where that dude's just flying over the NFL game?
I saw that.
Do we know anything more about that, Jeff? About what happened with that?
I have not seen any follow-up in the news as to what happened with him or whether or not they actually caught the guy. But it goes to show in what they're doing with the Super Bowl that they've raised the bar. They're
going to make an example out of someone, because someone will do it. Someone will.
TFR of 30 nautical miles. I mean, that's can't big. Fly a drone within 30 miles of the football stadium. That's big.
Yeah.
So anyway, those of you in California, don't fly your drone on Sunday.
No.
All right, so the Jetson One eVTOL, we've gotten a chance to show this thing off a couple of times. The developer shared some new footage of the Jetson One aerial vehicle, which is actually going to be available for purchase. This particular drone is, I think, looking it up, it was $90,000.
Okay.
$92,000, requires a $22,000 deposit. And they are going to sell it by folding the drone up. You can fit the Jetson One in a van or a pickup or a trailer. And it even has like tiny wheels that can't be seen in the video, which allow it to be rolled around.
What are going to be the FAA rules for this? Is this going to be like
it's an ultralight.
Right. So is it going to be the same?
No, not even. I mean, no. It's going to fit under an ultralight category, and you can fly this thing on a driver's license, just about. Yes. I mean, let me look into it a little bit more, but I'm almost positive that's going to fit as an ultralight category. There's a lot of limitations, but basically, you have a driver's license, and when you feel fit to fly it, boy, if you want to go up there and hurt yourself, you go do it.
Would you fly it, Jason? Would you fly it?
Remember my rule. My rule is if I have to ditch out of this thing, I don't want to jump into a blender. And with the blades beneath me like that, if I have to jump out, I don't know what's going to hurt worse, hitting the ground or getting blended on the way down.
Yeah, it does look cool though, doesn't it?
It's pretty cool, but I feel like aviation is something I want to share. Like a single person aircraft just doesn't ever really intrigue me. And then I always think like, how do you train to fly this? If there's no 2-seater version, how do I have an instructor like teach me to fly this? Do I just get brave enough one day and say, okay, today's the day. I'm going to hop in there and go.
Maybe you can control it with a controller as well. Because I know in testing that they can. Before they put a dude in there, they were flying it with just a regular controller. But still, if I'm in it, I want to be controlling it, not another person.
That's how I feel a lot about all these. They try to do the drones with Uber and that kind of stuff. I want to control it. I mean, it's intriguing. If a friend had one and offered me to fly it and hover it at a few feet, I'd probably try it. But I don't know if I'd spend $90,000 on one.
Yeah, no.
22,000 up front. So there
is that all? Oh well, okay.
Yeah. And if I didn't weigh 2.5 billion tons, I'd love to fly in one, but I'm pretty sure that thing can't get me off the ground. So
maybe they have one that comes in XXL.
Yeah, it's a heavy lift drone. It's used to carry agricultural stuff, and I can be treated like seedlings.
Just hang off one of those ag drones, man.
All right. Next in the news, UC Berkeley is urging people to stop flying drones over a falcon nest on the top of Campanile. I think is what they call this.
Oh, yeah.
Someone has been flying a drone near UC Berkeley's Campanile, and that's been agitating 2 peregrine falcons who live at the top of the clock tower. The raptors, Annie and Grinnell, have shown defensive behavior to a drone intruding on their habitat. That's according to Cal staff who monitor and look after the birds. UC Berkeley prohibits drones from flying on its property unless you get special permission from the university.
Right. Use some common falcon sense. Don't just go out there and falcon fly. Just, I mean, I've chased falcons, but I had falcon permission. In fact, I found a falconer. And she was real falcon nice. And here's a little bit of me chasing the falcon.
See if you can't get her to just scare her off the perch and follow her around 4 or 5 feet.
I can motivate her.
Come on, Maggie! Come on, Maggie!
She changes direction so fast.
That's the thing, yeah.
This is so good. Got you, Maggie. I'm gonna get you.
Come on, Maggie!
Oh, I'll get you. Don't think you can hide from me in the trees. Oh, maybe you can. Yeah, that was such a fun day. Now, I know some of you are like, oh, I'm gonna call PETA, but she's actually, that was a young falcon, and she was training it to fly higher because young falcons don't fly high enough to be predators, because they dive on their prey. And so she uses drones, and that's why I was there to show her about drones, to train her birds. And I'm going back, in fact, probably in the next couple months. And if there's anybody out there who's an FPV guy, you want to go with me, go ahead and email me. Say kenheronupload@gmail.com and just put in the subject line, take me falcon with you.
It's good.
Now back to you in the Falcon newsroom.
All right.
It's funny forever.
Next we have a Mangaluru-based robotic startup called Aspargo, who uses drones to apply insecticide on trees. The startup uses an ultra-lightweight, compact power conversion technology to power the drones from the ground from any AC source. And in this particular case, you can see that it actually tethers itself and flies up the tree trunk, and then it will start spraying the insecticides to help protect the trees.
Let me ask you this. Does it need to have propellers, or can it just have some grippy wheels to climb up the tree? Yeah. It seems kind of redundant to have props as the means to get up the tree.
Well, I mean, obviously, if you have the wheels or anything like that, you can damage the trees. And if it can just glide along the tree itself, plus it's tethered, so it can fly or stay up as long as they can provide power to it.
Okay.
So
I don't see a future for that, but it's cool.
I feel like it has one purpose: skinny tall trees.
Yeah. Have you seen? You've seen those big things that the lumber company uses that grab the tree and then just everything comes off, and then the saw blades.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool.
Amazing technology.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm not exactly sure that DJI was planning on this as part of a marketing campaign or not, but recently the Drug Enforcement Agency investigated a drug trafficking incident where a tiny DJI Mini 2 drone was used to smuggle 259 grams of meth, or 10 grams more than the drone's own weight, across the U.S. border.
Oh, across the border?
I hope they registered it if it's over 250 grams.
Yeah, that registration is going to slow down the drug cartel. They're going to be like, hold on. Now, I know we strapped a bunch of meth to it. Do you have your FAA? Let me go to Drone Zone first.
Business? I just want to know, is that further into business?
That's right. They're going to need their 107 in order to transport that. And they're going beyond visual line of sight.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I hope they didn't take our course.
The story gets a little bit better because according to the affidavit, the Border Patrol agents assigned to the Tecate border received a radio dispatch around 8:40 a.m. that the drone had been spotted flying over the 25-foot high Mexico international boundary fence. The agents went to investigate, and they saw the drone hovering over a nearby parking lot before ascending to the ground in the open lot. Within moments, a gray Mercedes with California plates entered the newly empty parking lot, pulled up right next to the drone, and the agents intervened as the person tried to pick up the drone, only to discover the attached bundle, whose contents was later tested positive for methamphetamine. The simple fact that this thing carried its own weight across the border,
it is impressive.
Is rather impressive.
It's a testament to DJI technology. I mean, they should use this in their marketing campaign.
I think it would be a fantastic marketing play. Yes, if you need to get your meth into the United States and you want to do it, this one will carry its own weight in gold.
Wow.
Yeah, don't be surprised. Of course, we're transporting all kinds of crap into prisons anything, and you need to get over a fence. I mean, of course, the drug cartels are using this. I'm sure they've got old Inspire 1s just loaded down with stuff, going back and forth, and we just don't hear about them.
Yeah.
But to use a Mini, that couldn't be cartel. That's got to be like
a cartel on a budget.
Cartel on a budget. Yeah, they're like, well, we don't want to spring for an Inspire. No. But I got this Mini. I mean, you'd only need a little bit of meth. Right.
I'm thinking that they chose the Mini because it's got a small footprint. Yeah. Right. So the smaller the footprint, the less likely it can be noticed or seen. And in this case, it got noticed and seen. So, all right. Wow. So last in the news, Queensland and ACT, another big name chain, has decided to take to the skies to deliver KFC to people at their homes.
Oh, I love this. Okay.
Is Kentucky a flying chicken? And an Australian first. KFC will now use a drone to deliver nuggets, chips and zinger burgers to Queenslanders. The program, which starts today, will only be available for a few select suburbs, including Logan Central and Woodridge. The 21-piece bucket's a bit too heavy, apparently.
That's genius.
Wow. Well, wow. Kentucky flying drones, mate. Yeah. Everything sounds so much better with an Australian accent, doesn't it? Like, whoa, that story wasn't really interesting until now it is. What do you say? Jolly Burgers or whatever they're calling them? They always have funny names for
zingers and
things
we don't have.
Diddly foozits, right.
What does that do to the food temperature when it arrives?
Right.
You're getting cold zingers and dingers.
Yeah. Your zingers are going to be not even room temperature.
Yeah. No one wants a cold zinger.
Amazon's got all those winged drones that they're desperate to use, and naturally, of course, they're just kind of,
By the way, thank you. This just in from my producer that doesn't exist. People have been asking, what happened to the Amazon delivery drones, and according to my producer that doesn't exist, they stopped the program because Jeff Bezos couldn't figure out how to make a penis-shaped delivery drone. So there you go. That's a fact. I mean, he did it with the rocket. Clearly, he has penis rocket technology, but apparently that's too far gone for any delivery drones. Jeff, your thoughts?
That was not my story.
Okay. Anyway.
I didn't do that.
Thank you, Jeff, very much for being on. Appreciate it. Love you, mean it. All right, we'll see you later.
Stopping by. Now get out.
We should probably mention remotepilot101.com. Isn't it a great place?
Great place.
It is a great place. Tell us about your place, Jason.
So, Remote Pilot 101, no one has prepared more Part 107 pilots than us. And you'll be pleased, those of you who are current customers now, you're going to be experiencing version 3 and a brand new learning management system in about 2 weeks. So the best just keeps on getting better. RemotePilot101.com. Use promo code Heron18, which, by the way, Ken, I can't brag on you enough. When we search promo codes, you know me, I'm all about our marketing and everything else. Heron18 is the most used promo code. Your people listen to you, Ken.
Yay! Thank you, people. I appreciate that. And you've been very busy updating the lessons too, because
there's not every video has gotten a facelift. There's 76 videos in there. Every single one has gotten a facelift. The course has gone from 9 hours to almost 12 hours now. There's just so much new content. We're always trying to innovate, push new content. Now with all the recurrent tests changing so much, we're like, wow, we just launched our new course. We need to fix it now. So we're back to that. I was just reviewing some of the stuff our writers sent over earlier for some of the content, and there's some more great stuff coming out here soon as well.
And you take actual questions that test takers give you and kind of incorporate those in the quizzes too, right? So they're actual FAA questions.
We have a ton of data on that, no doubt. So yeah, and I always share, you know this, Ken, I call them the boot camps at the end, where I share, this is a question you're going to see on your knowledge test. Let's not memorize it. Let's understand the why behind it. But just to prepare them for the knowledge test. You know this, though, Ken. I want you to be safe in the real world. My mission isn't just to pass a test. I want you safe when you're out there flying FPV, whatever it is, so you can be a light and be a mentor to everybody else that's out there wondering about what this new drone space is. Even though it's not that new, but to many it is so new. We have to be ambassadors to that.
You're a shining star, Jason. A shining star. Awesome.